Okay, for real, our second speaker is Mr. Joe Hall. I've really enjoyed his past speeches, and we'll see what he has for us today. The title of his speech brings a chill to my spine: Disguised Threats. Ooh. So he's brewing something good, I'm sure. We'll see what this is. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Joe Hall.
This weekend was an incredible weekend. Probably the best 4th of July weekend I've ever had. I decided to take my son to see the brand new movie Cars 2. We're pumped, excited, waiting in line. Next thing you know, we got purchased tickets. When we got tickets and we started walking towards the movie theater, I saw this big statue of a clone commander. I bet everyone's wondering what's a clone commander. So I actually brought something so you can see what a clone commander is. A clone commander statue was standing right in the entryway heading towards the movie. Really what clone commanders are, because we're all pre-existing clone commanders. We know clones as the Empire troops or the Empire soldiers of Darth Vader. But this is the pre-soldier before they even became Darth Vader soldiers. So as we walked in, my son said, "Daddy, who's that?" And I was like, "That's a clone commander." He's like, "Okay." As we kept walking, I noticed I had someone MIA, missing in action. What's going on? Turn around, I see my son tipping slowly behind the clone commander to reach up on this pistol. And as he reached up, Mr. Toastmaster, welcome guests, fellow Toastmasters. That is a perfect example of a disguise with the scare tactic. This was actually one of the clone commanders were actual people who were dressed to just show entertainment for this actual little club in the area, local area, that are supportive of clones. But the big thing about this surprise is, similar to this surprise, is the disguising of destructive programs that sneak onto your computers. It's the same way that you will have one day you'll have your computer working perfectly, and the next day it's working weird. There has been 294 emails that are sent. I'm sorry, 294 billion emails that are sent daily. And out of those 294, 10 billion of those emails are malicious. And today I wanted to talk about some of the malicious programs that attack our computers. I know about these three. I have to ask. Everyone familiar?
I've heard of them.
Yes, usually these three, a lot of people confuse. Common people confuse these three because they think worms and Trojan horses are very similar to viruses, which they're not the same at all. And today I'm going to discuss each one in detail to help you retain this knowledge on these attacks that are happening daily. So what is a virus? Who knows what a virus is?
Get sick.
Great.
A program that makes a copy of itself.
Exactly. You're right on the money. Yes, viruses are just like human-like. They're severe, they can be damaging. They can come in different moderations of effect to a computer. They do, when they attach themselves to either files or programs inside of your system. The best way to remember a virus is think of anything that it's ran off of a human action. So a clicking motion. If you click on something, a file, a virus, this is what happens behind screens. Hey, let's go, jump, go, 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 go. That same effect, that is what they're doing. They're attaching themselves to different programs, hiding, waiting on you to tap on another program. Once you click on another program or file, it moves again. It leaves a trail of infection in your computer. A lot of viruses, like I told you earlier, come bad. Some are bad, where they could just delete things. Some viruses just hide and just wait dormant, which, it depends on what file that you click on. But a big thing for you to remember about viruses they're human actions that create their movement. So what about worms? What's a worm?
A worm, I think is something you normally get in an email.
Good, that's good. He's right on the money. A worm is similar to a virus, which is actually a subdirect of a virus. It's below a virus. But the effects of a worm is totally different because it travels on its own. A worm is self-replicating. And a perfect example of self-replication of a worm is once you get into your email, it will blast out thousands of emails from your email. So it takes your email, it will go into your addresses, take your addresses and broadcast an email. Well, it's broadcasting itself to all your friends. That's exactly what a worm is. And the difference between a worm and a virus is it's self-replicating. That's the key word for you to remember. It runs on itself. It doesn't need any help. And the last, and my favorite, the Trojan horse. The Trojan horse is just like its predecessor, which it was created after, in the Greek war, where this horse went into an actual base as a present.
That happened in my hometown.
See, exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And that night, that horse opened, and the soldiers jumped out and opened up the gates so that their friends can come in and destroy the city. Same way on the computer. It's a backdoor program. Some people call them backdoor programs. Some of them are as malicious as it can move icons on your desktop. Some can just pretty much destroy your computer. Perfect example this weekend. I wanted to download Adobe Reader. Went onto Adobe, click download. Finally gets there, click on the executable file. I see a black screen pop up, flash, disappears. Holy smokes, Trojan. First thing popped in mind, Trojan, oh shoot. Look in the antivirus, running it. Yes, they mirrored a picture of the Adobe download file, and then that was actually an executable file for which it attacked. First thing it attacked my web browser, and then it started opening up files. So Trojans can be very bad and tricky, which it takes time to actually study what are they doing in the back screen of your computer. Which that's why you have to have antivirus protection to actually prevent those from executing. So now back to my son when he's screaming, Daddy ain't do nothing, Daddy. Did I do nothing at all? No. The first thing I told him was, why did you go up to touch the statue? Well, I was curious, Daddy. Well, curiosity kills the cat. Whenever you go to something, you actually look before you grab. Did you see his heartbeat? Did you see his chest rising? No, Daddy. You have to look at his chest. If you see his chest moving, he's not a statue. But the big thing about that situation is the same thing you tie to computers. The big thing is education. You have to educate yourself on what is coming out to get you. They will disguise themselves in different things on different websites. If I would have noticed on the web browser and I would have looked, I would have noticed it didn't say Adobe download. It would have said what it's coming from. And if I would have looked up, I would have noticed I was downloading a Trojan horse instead of downloading from Adobe Reader. So it's little things like that that's going to help you, benefit you for keeping your computer safe, because it's very expensive when you do damage your computer. or unless you know a tech-savvy person like myself or, you know, Cartini, who can help you out. But the important things, I want to leave you with 3 things that you can do to help your computer. First thing is make sure you have an OS system, an operation system, that is updated and has its vulnerabilities patches downloaded. So that means every week you should be downloading something to make sure there's no patches or no problems on your current operation system. And then you need an up-to-date antivirus program. That is going to help you pretty much see the different signatures in your computer. It's not going to target your threat. It has a signature database that it uses. That it has a database that tells it about all the different viruses, and this is what it does. The new threats you will not be able to determine until you do an update. That's why you always have to continue to update. The third thing is get a hammer. No, I'm just playing. The third thing is you have an email. You make sure that antivirus software scans emails that come into your computer, because that's what will prevent them from executing. Once you click on the executable, that virus will catch it. It should catch it. Most of the Trojans, it will catch. But the important thing I want to make sure you remember, viruses, they are human actions. Worms, self-replicating, they do it on their own. Trojan horses are software that it looks like it's a regular program, but really it's not. Thank you.